Okay, right, let's get this hooked up. See how quickly all the drones do that now, and they fly back so quickly, and there's loads more of them, so all of the building just gets done really, really nice and quickly now. Okay, we'll bring all of that into here. How are we doing on the transfer of hydrogen? Oh, it's yeah, nearly done now. Just delete those. I'm just going to hang here because it's still going to take a little while. We can add 2 more to labs and 1 more to storage. Very nice. Let's hook all of this up then. Come on, let me see. We'll probably get away with, yeah, just a small one in the middle. Get that all hooked up. And copy that recipe and nope, didn't copy. It's not allowing me to here, so I'm going to have to just put it in manually and then copy from here. Right, that's all hooked up now, but until we can solve the container situation, which we've done with hydrogen now, so that's good, let's just very quickly switch that off, and F2, oh no, need to delete that as well, and that, F2, cool. So hydrogen has been moved. Now we've got to do the same thing for oil. A nice big stack of plastic, which is good. Actually means that we are actually just producing oil at this stage because that's been completed. Right, how are we going to do this? So we'll put oil roughly there. We'll do the exact same thing that we were doing before. Get rid of all of those. And P3s. Into the bottom one. There we go. Get that oil flowing where it should be. now means that we can do something with this. So let's get it flowing. And we'll just spaghetti it across all of that. And there. And back down to ground level. Splitter. Okay, now. Oh, actually, I shouldn't have connected that up just yet. Let's just disconnect all of that. Do the outputs first. Okay. So that is going to be for hydrogen. That is going to be for oil. This line here is just very... In fact, no, it doesn't have to be... no, it kind of does have to be temporary. I'll figure out the actual location for it later. But we'll just put it in like that. And then we set the priority this to be filtering hydrogen. And then oil going that way. And then we can hook that in. Excellent. So we have got a lot more hydrogen and a lot more oil coming in now. Very good. Very, very good. It's all starting to take shape. And like I say, the green research does just take a while to get going because there's so many components to it. I mean, to be honest, we've barely even scratched the surface. We've still got so much more to do. Right. What is next? Let's have a look. So we need the titanium crystals, and for that we need organic crystals, and we now have all the things that we need for organic crystals. So I'm going to do what I said earlier. I'm going to go and see how the blueprinting works. So where is our original organic crystal factory? Whilst I'm over here, let's also throw down a couple of the recharge. Oh, we've got a bunch of rechargers already placed. Lovely stuff. Add one more. Okay, so this is our existing crystal factory. Unfortunately, I think there is a bit of a... not quite aligned. It is a little bit skew-iffy. It's fine. Right, let's figure out how this works. So, blueprint. Create blueprint. And we'll call this organic crystal factory. Do I have to, like, drag around everything? Oof. It'll get messy. Make sure I'm not picking up the wrong things as well. So it's that. If I hold shift, does that add to it? Oh, it's very fiddly. No, because I don't want that. Yeah, it's doing a kind of weird thing where it's including a bunch of stuff that doesn't need to be included. Like, can I get rid of that, for example? I don't want that. Oh, that's added. Okay, that's done. How do we delete? Ah, right click. There we go. Don't want any of that. I do it over to there. Oh, it's gonna remove the bit that I do want. Oh no, it kept it. Good. So all of the stuff that's inside those lines, that's good. It includes those buildings and that building. But we want to get rid of that. Yeah, it almost worked. I mean, you know what? I can actually just go and delete those things after the fact. We got most of it there. Make sure you include all of the... Oh, it's just the things that are actually like glowing blue. So not like the... Ah, okay. This makes more sense now. You need to make sure that you highlight everything. Sure if it's actually got those conveyors included. Got that conveyor included for sure. Not clear. Yeah, I suppose we'll find out soon enough. Ah, it's getting the vast majority of it. Maybe I've just got to go and fill in a couple of blanks. So yeah, maybe 2 lines of conveyors down the middle. Oh, let's make sure we add in the power as well. Okay, let's save the blueprint. Okay, so we've got it saved. So, oh, have we got it saved? Save changes. Okay, I think that's that done. So, let's test how it works now. Yes, so we can just like drop that down wherever we need it. Oh, that's cool. That's going to save us some time. Of course, I just flew off without actually checking where I was going, so I'm now completely lost. I think this is it. Is it? Yeah, so that's the plastics. That's those are the 2 originals. That's the new one, and this is the transfer of oils. Good. So we are slowly emptying these tanks. Not much further to go. Yeah, look how... In fact, that's something that would probably help. Can't upgrade the sorter, unfortunately. Would it help to upgrade conveyors? Yes. Yes, it would. So the sorters don't actually limit the speed in any way. They're as fast as the conveyors are. So yeah, that's prevented the backup that we were experiencing. Still getting divvied up. This is definitely only temporary. This line here, I'm going to need to find a more elegant way to put it in. I probably want it coming round to this one here, because we're not going to have an output going that way, because we're not going to get space really. And yeah, we'll probably have an output coming round and feeding into the plastic line, and then we've got this output going this way and this going this way that are freed. Cool, cool. I think that all works. Right. Let's get our blueprint down. Where do we want this sort of this factory? So we need water, we need plastic, and we need one other thing. What was the other thing? Water and stone, was it? No, plastic, water, and oil. Cool. Yeah, kind of until we can get stuck with that a little bit. But you know what? Let's fix this now. Let's when we get a space there. Shuffle that around a little bit, so we'll stop it from going in there. And it goes straight, not straight past there. That work? Hopefully. Then there, and there, and there. Now that output is now blocked, but we also need an output for the hydrogen somewhere. So I've possibly put these tanks too close together. That's a problem for later. I'll worry about that at a later date. Okay, let's get rid of this and have. Oh, I might just be able to get it out, you know. Yeah, it does. Great. Cool. That's that now working. Yeah, we need the oil, we need the plastic, and we're going to need water coming in. So I think maybe if we just stick a few more water pumps down over here. Water, water, water. Let's do 4. 4? Yeah, screw it, 4. Do 4. We'll do the actual inputs once we know where it's going. Plastic, oil, water. I suppose. Is that going to be. Okay, let's again have a look at the supply chain because I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to lay this out in a nice kind of convenient way. So this is to. Well, no, first it's to produce the organic crystals, but the organic crystals are going to be produced by the so yeah, these titanium crystals are going to be produced by the organic crystals that we're about to make and titanium. So where's the titanium coming in? Here. So it kind of makes sense that the titanium crystals is as close to this as possible. Means having that iron ore vein is just in the way. It's just not completely located. I think this requires a bit of landscaping. Okay, so organic crystals. Can we spin it round? No, it won't let us do that. Ah. In fact, do you know what? All of that was for naught because, yeah, we can't spin it. Ah, well, not the end of the world. It looks like it's going in there. We can get it. I can probably get it a little bit further back if I just switch around this slightly. Let's just do shut that off. Shut that off. Delete all the middle section. Right, let's try that again. Trying to get it fitted a little bit further back than it was. No, it doesn't seem to want to let me. Okay, I can live with it being there. Bit of wasted space behind it, like, but I suppose that is room for expansion. Yeah, if this doesn't prove to be enough, then we can just build a couple more facilities at the back end. So yeah, that works. That works. So, wow. That makes life so much easier. Oh, I am using that feature a lot more from now on. I wish I hadn't been so hesitant. Thanks for joining us. We're going to lose. Thank you for joining me. See you. I'll be back tomorrow. Doing more live streams tomorrow. Although, as I'm saying this, you sent that message 5 minutes ago, so I'm probably missing you at this stage. But thank you. Oh, look how easy that was. No faffing. All we've got to do is figure out inputs. That is our output for the whole facility. And it doesn't really matter which one goes to which because it's one and the same really. So let's right, let's figure this out. So if we do oil line, trim the output back for a moment. Oh, did I not place any of it? Oh no, I did. Just being a fool. Right. So if we do the oil to here, the plastic to here, and the water into there. Need to put a couple of sorters on the plastic box for the output. Cool, that was easy. Organic crystals, done. Oh, no, not quite. There are some missing things. Yep, I knew the blueprint didn't quite catch everything. Right, let's just go and fill in the blanks where they exist. Just a couple there. Looks like everything in the middle is fine though, because otherwise we'd be getting error messages coming up. There's something not coming in. What's not coming in and why? Water. Ah, just started it one too early. crystals starting to come in, but yeah, until we kind of know what we're doing with the organic crystal smeltery, don't really know where to put the box for it. But I suppose there is not in the way at all, and I doubt we're going to use that iron vein. In all honesty, no, let's not do that. We may end up needing it for something. I mean, titanium can just come straight down. Yeah, let's do need a little bit of space. Let's figure out the conveyor first before we place that. It has got to go over a couple of lines. That works. And then box there. Don't need that third one, so we'll just delete that and that. Cool. Now it is rather a slow production facility, and we are more than keeping up with the supplies. So I'm going to do exactly what I was suggesting I was going to do earlier, and we are going to expand this facility out. So we need 7. Right, let's see how we do this. Go 1, 2. Can we do 3? Nah, not quite. Okay, an extra 4. Better than nothing. Ooh, that doesn't quite work though, because there's got to be. Oh, it's because I did it off-centered. Just put the lines in first, just to be sure that everything fits. A bit squiff for the last facility, or for the last 2 facilities, but I can live with it. How are we going to do this? Really not pretty, but it's functional. And as I always say on my various streams, all of my streams are along the lines of these builder games. It's more about functionality than it is about being pretty. Just need to fix this a little bit though. Put that off there. And chop a little bit more off there. Let's see. There we go. We'll have to move that. Done. So at least these can... just missing one piece. So at least the facilities that are functional can continue to work at the moment, or at least continue to feed their output. So let's copy this into our 4 new facilities. Let's hook up some power to get those 2 working again. And that should cover those. Oh, actually, I need to just adjust that slightly. Ah, will it reach? I sworn I did just get it to reach over. Nope. Damn. Damn, damn, damn. Right, let's have a little bit of a mess around. Gotta be a way of doing this. Now, let's see. Yeah, it still doesn't get the water any closer, though, does it? Let's see. Is there any way of getting it over? No. So, in fact, what I think I need to do, go further back. Yeah, it's a little bit fiddly because it's so irregularly shaped, but I'll be able to figure a way of getting it fitting in. As long as that goes to that point, then moves over, that should work. As long as that gets as far as... That's exactly what I just had, isn't it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's exactly what I just had. Oh no, I did create a little bit of extra space for myself, which should be just enough. Okay, there we go. That looks good. So, come on. You can do it. Don't screw me. Not making my life easy, is it? Not making my life easy at all. I think rather than messing around with the conveyors, might be easier mess around with the facilities first, because it's obvious that they're just not in a convenient kind of location. Let's try you again. We'll pop you in like that. Oh god, it's certainly not elegant. I'm going to have to move that final facility as well. Move it up a wee bit. Probably to there. So that the water... just can't quite get there. It needs to be one further, but it can't do that because of the oil. So I'll have to move the oil again. I am going to make this work. The game is just being very, very stubborn. Damn it, didn't mean to do that. exactly where it just was. Try that again. Okay, that should all work. It looks horrific, but it'll work. That's what I'm more concerned with. Okay. Please work. Please. Pretty please. Cool. Those two work. That went to that, so that to that, that to that. Then water. Ah, no, just did it in slightly the wrong order there. Try that again. Yes. Yes, that works. Good. Right, output. Now you go here. Now you go here. Just fiddle around with that a little bit. Cool, 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 cool. Excellent. Organic crystal facility done. Not faffing around with it any further. Right, okay. Let's just get rid of some of this stuff in my inventory. It's clogging the place up. I can just go and delete all of those. Right, cool. It's still not producing like a ton of organic crystals, but at least it will kind of give, while I'm doing the rest of this stuff, it'll, it will slowly build up. In fact, you know what? I can even stack the deck a little bit. There are 1,000,000 organic crystals over here which are not being utilized. Go and grab some, transfer them over, give it a bit of a boost. Can't really take all that many, but that's better than nothing. They can get deleted. That can get deleted. A few more. Any other little bits of rubbish that can go. Yeah, back. Yeah, at least it gives the gives this facility a bit of a boost. Yeah, nearly half full. Hey, organic crystals. I don't know why I just flew back over. I'm going to need to fly back again so that I can go and copy the organic crystal recipe or factory. Where is the organic crystal factory? Here. Right next door. Oh, for some reason that never got upgraded. Delete all the litter. Right. Wow, got everything in two. And a little bit extra, but I can chop anything off that I don't need. Don't need the inserters there because the inputs are going to be different. Do you know what? It's probably just going to be easier to delete it. Okay, let's go. Thumbnail text. We want that to be titanium crystal. Say blueprint. Oh, done. Easy. Now that I've got the hang of it, and now I know how to use it, I will be utilising that so much more. Right, where do we want our titanium crystal factory to go? We're relatively close to this, I think. What is it that we've got over here? Titanium glass. Now, again, let's just review what it is that we're building. Okay, so our titanium glass, which we've already got going over here, is going to get combined with Casimir crystals. Casimir crystals are going to require the titanium crystals. So we don't want we want the Casimir crystals to be done like, I don't know actually. Good question. Where do I want them going? Probably across here. No, in fact, we want the final product. We want the quantum chips. No, the plane filter. We want the plane filters going along here, which means we kind of want the Casimir crystals here, and we want the titanium crystals here. Yes, that will work. Cool. 0 titanium crystal. Oh, and of course, this is a bit of a downside. Of the blueprints, you can't flip them. Even despite the fact that that is a, like, it's perfectly shaped. Can't spin it. The coordinate system proportion between areas is different from when it was created. Well, I don't... Oh. It likes going over here, but it's just not exactly convenient, is it? The only place it will go really is like there. Definitely not convenient. Have to turn a couple of things round, I think. Because the inputs are going the right way, but the outputs are going the wrong way. But I mean, it beats having to do the entire thing again, so yeah. Let's do that. So organic crystals and titanium. Oh, no, no, no. Not like that. Like that. Okay, that's those. And then we need titanium coming in from there. And also set the filter. Oh, damn it. I forgot to spin the outputs round. Actually, I suppose this side is fine. I'll have it going round. So let's redo that. Then we'll cancel those. Or that. And that. Hey, cool. Once again, super simple with these blueprints. Very impressed. Making my life a lot easier. Right, so let's put the storage there. And inputs. And let's put the excess in there as well. Great. How's that keeping up? Not quite. So maybe it's kind of hovering between 16 and 10. Okay, it's very slowly going down. But by the time that this is full, you know, that will nowhere near have run out. Good. We are so close. So close. Okay. No, we're not. No, we're not. Right, we need graphene now. And unfortunately for graphene, we need sulfuric acid. So we've got to do sulfuric acid, then graphene. And then we've got all the things that we need to make the Casimir crystals. And then once we have the Casimir crystals, we have everything that we need to do the quantum chips, do we? No, not quite. Oh, we just need some circuit boards. Oh, no, the processors, sorry, which we can get in from here, so I'm not worried about that. Let's fix that problem right now. Let's demand processors in this facility. And some people should be going out to get that, or some other people will come in to deliver it. Good.